Welcome to round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of January 23rd. I'm Terry Morrow, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
And Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
As moms of teens and young adults, we've survived those little kid days, yet we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today's Thursday, which means it's time to get into our obsessing, and today we are obsessing about the goals we have for our kids. Now, when our kids were little, they had little goals. And although, when my kids were little, their goals would be something like walk, talk, learn to read, be able to sit in a classroom for an hour without somebody having to take you outside.
These are not little.
Those are not little goals.
No.
They're goals for
They're
people.
huge.
They're huge goals and difficult to reach. So anyway, I had a lot of big goals when my kids were little. I had a lot of big goals. Too big, many would have said. But as your kids get older, it's like your range of goals narrows to some degree. Their strengths and weaknesses come into sharper relief, and it becomes apparent that some of the weaknesses are never going to become strengths. And so maybe our goals change a little. I had at various times goals for my kids to get full-time jobs with benefits. I've kind of given that goal up now. A stable part-time job is just fine, that they don't keep cutting your hours. That'll be good. People at your jobs that like you and are nice to you, that'd be good. But in some conversations with my kids, get the impression that possibly they feel like my time for setting goals for them is over. Like, we'll take it from here, Mom. That's okay. My goal is to get 5 things from the vending machine at work today. Excellent. Made. My goal is to drive to the store and buy things I want and come home. Excellent. It's like, well, but could we think a little bit bigger? Maybe. So I was wondering if you guys are having the same thing where you still feel like setting goals is your gig and you've gotten pretty good at it and you want to just keep going, and your kids are sort of feeling like, got that. No thanks. Make goals for yourself, Mom. I know, Catherine, you have a big and easily identifiable goal for one of your kids right now.
Yes. Getting into college is a big thing because, he has to choose. First of all, he has to decide that he wants to go to college like in his junior year of high school after he's already failed a whole bunch of classes. So that, raised the bar a little bit, raised the difficulty level a little bit. And then decide that he wants to do a major that requires all kind of additional hoops he has to jump through in order to get an offer of admission. So, yeah, that is the goal right now. And that is kind of all we do and all we think about at the moment.
I'll bet.
So, and when that's over, once we get that, once we sign on the dotted line, then I guess I'm just going to have to start worrying about keeping him there.
Yeah.
That will probably be my next goal.
That will be the next goal.
He knows how to do his own laundry, but does he actually do it? And will he do it when he is living independently? Good question.
Yes, and will he do, I don't know, classwork and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. My kids were still at home during college, so I could supervise to an annoying degree. But if they're off, they're going to do what they're going to do. Do you still have a goal for your daughter?
Well, I'll
Has
tell
been
you.
at college quite a while now.
Yes, she is a junior in college right now. She's always been, since long before she even went to college, very independent, and very much like making her own decisions and not asking for any input. But she's also done a good job with it, so that's okay. But she does have a current goal of getting one of those vans that you can live in.
Oh, really?
Hashtag van life. And like
By herself?
Traveling all over. I don't know.
Oh.
So your goal is talking her out of that at this point.
Or I was like, maybe I'll come with you.
Well, that's a good way to make her cancel it.
Oh,
I decided not to.
Because, I can work from anywhere. I can work out of a van. But
It'll be fun. We can split the driving, honey.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's kind of wow.
Yeah, but when we're like discussing how much she has in her savings account, she's like, "Well, I'm saving that for my van." Like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, golly. Well, thank goodness my kids haven't thought of that.
And yeah, and like you, Terry, only one of mine even has a driver's license. So
Yeah. that's
the other
true.
one
That would be
cannot really be thinking about hashtag van life because he does not have a hashtag driver's license.
Unless he decides to go along with his sister.
Yeah.
Then double the worry for you. Yay!
Yes, but I would trust her to keep him in line. So
Well, he'll have to be in charge of the music and the snacks because she's going to have to be doing all the driving.
that's right.
So what are your goals for your kiddos, Nicole? Are you still allowed to have them? Or is it just to go chase your own dreams, kids?
I don't know. I think with one of them, it's like, you are so deep in debt, you better finish school.
No van life for that one.
No van life for that one.
Hey, no rent when you're living
That's
in a
right.
van.
No, that
Of
is
course,
so
gas
true.
costs more than rent these days. So
Yeah, that's true.
you'd have to just keep going around the parking lot. You couldn't actually go there.
I think my goals for my older one have changed. It's just right now, finish out what you're doing and get yourself established.
And don't move too far away from
No, exactly. Stay close to. Don't go to the East Coast. Why do you want to go there? And then the other one are more kind of mundane things like, please pay your electricity bill. Please. Don't forget to return that item that was $75 that you put on my credit card and you no longer want, and it's just sitting in your closet when you could we could get the money back for that. Yeah, that's more kind of where I'm at with that one. But
Yeah.
yeah, they do change.
Yeah.
They definitely do change. That's for sure. And
Yeah.
how about goals for myself? That's what I think about more now. Never mind the
That's
kids.
nice. That's one of those changes of life where you get to start having goals for yourself. That's a lot of pressure, so I prefer to put the pressure on the young people.
Right.
I have this long-term goal, apparently, of getting my daughter to move to the apartment we have on the first floor of our house with, no locked doors. No, it's just a bedroom on a different floor of the house. But, she's not ready, and I get that, and I'm willing to be patient. But she would dig it. She would dig it so much. It's one of those things where that this is something that your kid would like, but they don't know it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a difficult goal. But really, for the short term, just please keep your job.
Would your son
Please let's
could
not
your,
have to find another job.
could your son move down there with her?
Well, there's only one bedroom. It's a
Oh,
one
okay.
bedroom with a kitchen, a bathroom, and a living room. It's a nice little apartment. It's like a perfect first apartment.
Right.
But she has, I think, independent living skills that would work out better than, not that my son doesn't necessarily, but he's not as into it. So I think it would be better for her. And she's older and she's, would, as all of us did at some point, really benefit from not being under the direct view and supervision of parents all the time. So this is the stage at which I moved to an apartment in town and then moved to an apartment in a further town and then moved to the other side of the country. It's the same situation my daughter is in now, but she's afraid to move downstairs. So anyway, that is a big goal, but maybe more a goal for me for her than for her,
Right.
which is, we have all the wisdom and yet they still don't
And
understand.
like, you're lucky enough to actually have that space.
Yes.
You know,
it's
I mean,
so perfect.
it's unusual that you would even have it. So
Right. It is.
I'm sure that makes you feel even more like, oh my gosh, it's right here.
Right. But it is also true that it's fallen into decline. So I think when she goes down there and looks at it, it doesn't look appealing, but
Right. This is
real
when
cute.
you need like a reality
right.
TV makeover
I do.
of
I
that
think of
space.
that often. Except I hear that they don't really redecorate. They just kind of stick some things up. And so it looks good for the camera. And then they
Right.
book and then you're left with it.
It's exactly what they do.
They take all the furniture and everything that they brought, unless you
Yeah.
buy it.
Yeah. So, but I would not mind the help in figuring out what to do because it could be really cute. So that's a longer term goal right now. That's probably the longest term goal I have. And other than that, it's just remain employed. That'd be fine. And don't ever listen to your mother's podcast here, which is that'd be good too.
It's hard, you know. I mean, like with my older one, you know, there were during the college application process, you know, there were a few schools that she was interested in that she didn't get into, and I think I started out as kind of a snob about it, you know, about like what was a good school and what was,
Yeah.
you know, and it's dumb because, like, I mean, I have a degree that I am certainly not using, or I'm certainly not making the amount of money that I should be making, considering, you know, the prestige and the cost of it.
Right.
So I had to get over a little bit of the
yes.
snottiness about that. And I'm way over it now for the younger one, that's for sure. Just take my money is what I say to them.
You have passed through your snobescence and now you are in your
I'm in my please
acceptessence.
begging you to do this. Essence is right.
Would you like a bribe? I'm not about bribing. Just don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. That's so when your kid's fate is sort of hanging like that, and there's nothing you can really do about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not good.
Yep. It's good times.
But we still put ourselves in that position of having hopes and dreams and goals, and nothing's
Yeah.
going to stop us.
Yeah, and you know, I feel like it's an appropriate thing for a parent to do, right? And kids need to know that we're believing in them, and
Yeah, that's the catch. You have to not put on pressure, but still make it seem like you're believing in it.
right.
You don't want to be like, any place you get in is okay, kid. It doesn't really matter. It's not like you're going to get a job doing this stuff. Whatever you do, you know, you're going to be working at Amazon. So, but at the same time, you don't want to be. If you don't get into Harvard, we don't want to know you. So,
Yeah. Yep. A little bit of a
Yikes.
balance we want to try to strike
That's right.
there. So, yes. Well, we'll keep you posted, listeners, I guess.
Please.
we have a goal to get people to listen to our podcast.
That's right.
How's that goal going?
Oh, it's going great. It's going great.
Yes.
And it will go even greater if you tune in tomorrow when we will share our roundabout roundup of things we've been using or enjoying lately that we think deserve a shout out. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.